Hello everybody, welcome here in Tollenbeek in Belgium, obviously in the workshop of Joris Potvlieghe. We are here, I say we because Anja is behind the camera now. We paid a visit to Joris. We had a live stream yesterday, the 18th of June 2017. In case you watch this much later, I will link here in the description box or here in the video the link to the live stream. Might be interesting to check it out. We are here obviously to give you a short update on the pianoforte. Many of you have seen me being very excited on this already, but here it is. The piano, it's not finished, but it has a soundboard fixed, glued into the instrument with a bridge. So I'm going to give you some details while I'm talking, but I'm really excited to have this, to share this with you. I'm going to talk about details on the piano, just show around, Anja. This is obviously the keyboard, 6 octaves for the piano. Clavichords has 5 octaves until here, then there's an extension, the G, the A, and then 5.5, 6 octaves. You have obviously pianos of 6.5 octaves. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Here is the clavichord, that's a Spekke copy. So, instrument owned by Jos van Immerseel, so the famous conductor pianist. They're going to change some strings in the treble. I understood this is a new instrument. Very beautiful. So then there is another one, also brand new, also nice. And here is the cover, the lid I think for the piano, that's the inner part. So if you open the piano, that's actually what you're going to see. And at the other side, Anja can maybe show you. So it's all black, but of course the piano itself is really matte, really made, I don't know in English what's the name, so not shiny. This is a little bit more because Joris gave us an example yesterday with some oil, kind of, I don't know the name in English, to have this little, this shine how it will be. But of course it needs to be polished, maybe 15 layers of polish, and then it will be very smoothly shiny, and this pure wood is giving down a black to brownish color, which is very nice. So it's resting here against 2 Donut clavichords in the midst of construction. Also nice instruments. You know, with the clavichord and this piano I can cover, quote unquote, music from Bach to Beethoven. The clavichord that I have at home is 5 octaves, so you could say really going back to 1720, the inventions that the instrument is a little bit too big, but frankly we don't know much about the type of instruments that were available then. There are not so many preserved, there are probably not so many built of those unfretted clavichords at the early stage of their existence, so to say. End of 17th century probably they existed already, maybe even in neighborhood of Pachelbel, but that's for other study. It's exciting research that needs to be done. So, but in the environment of Bach were these instruments that are available, the unfretted instrument to play in 24 keys, obviously that's what people wanted to do back then. But my clavichord that I have at home, you could say that 1750, 60, 70, but you could as well say that 1740, because if you look at the Schön clavichord in Frankfurt an den Oder, that's really even mind-blowing to Joris when we visited that instrument that was so early, so a lot of things has to be researched. But anyway, the practical life that we are living with Anja and I mean just two ordinary people, I'm really happy to have an instrument that is stylistically for Bach very usable until Mozart, Beethoven, and of course then comes this piano. This is a copy of an 1816 Fritz piano. Why we choose this? Because of course Beethoven, if you want to cover all keyboard music for Beethoven you need a clavichord. Well, that I have. Maybe not the clavichord that Beethoven owned, but also there needs to be done much research. But anyway, we know that he had a Stein piano, a Walter piano, he had an Erard piano, he had a Broadwood piano, and he wanted to have a Streicher. At least that's what we can read about. He never had a Fritz, but the reason we chose for this is because Joris was able to buy an original piano 1816, which was and still is, it's here in the workshop. I can share some footage while I'm talking now, but it's in a devastating state. um, gone so far away that it's out of question for restoration. This is a document with a soundboard with maybe 50 cracks. But as Joris was nicely said, he said that's my three-dimensional drawing. I can access now details of the instrument. It's rather complete, by the way, that I not having access to if I go to a museum, because they're not going to unglue a piano for me to have it documented. And so the level of detail that he could study and research by copying that instrument was maybe much higher than you normally have access to. So it's a golden opportunity for him and for me as well to take that instrument as an example. I think Anya will say hard no if I say that we would like to copy 5 instruments. That's not possible, and actually frankly I don't want that. Having 2 instruments is already very much stressful for me. Now I come downstairs in the morning, I open my clavichord and just play, and I forget about which instrument I have to play. Now I have to make a decision in the morning. The 2 types are so different, I will be using them for different music, that the choice might be easy after all. It's 6 octaves, not 6.5 octaves also because the instrument was 6 octaves. So I will miss some bass notes and some sonatas, but either I'm going to play them if I'm going to record them on original ones with 6.5 octaves, or I'm just going to octavate the bass parts there. I don't know. That's for future releases and decisions and reflections. Once the piano is at home, we'll start with our project All of Beethoven, maybe all of Beethoven, or really all works, or make a huge selection of that. It will be a project for maybe at least 10 years. Looking forward to that, of course, together with you. If this is your first time here on Authentic Sound, love to have you subscribe to the channel. It's an exciting journey, I think. We're combining, or just reconstructing, so to say, the line from Bach to Beethoven, gives new insights, and that's the main title of the channel, Discover Emotions. Because that's the reason why we're doing that research, right? It's just to discover new, maybe hidden layers of emotion, because that's what music is about. That's our end goal, to communicate and to communicate emotions. So thank you for watching, sharing this video, and love to see you very soon again. Bye.